Bonjour tout le monde! Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. I hope you're doing amazing. I'm today for another video. And for this week's video, we're gonna keep on going with the series of FIFA because as you may know or not, soon is gonna be the World Cup. I think it started already, but we started already this series. We talked about the French team, the Canadian team, and for this week's video, we're gonna focus on the Belgian team. So we're gonna see everything related to the Belgium soccer, all the vocabulary related to it, all the verbs, same as usual, but with a specific vocabulary to that Belgian team. So let's just start right now with la table des matières. What are we going to see in this video today? First, la Coupe du Monde, the World Cup. What is it? What does it consist of? Everything related to la Coupe du Monde. Then, l'équipe de Belgique. Of course, we're going to speak about the Belgian team. Then, le vocabulaire. Basic, easy vocabulary related to that team and that nationality. Then, une histoire courte, which is a short history related to that team. The verbs, of course, a tiny bit of grammar, and then an exercise with its correction. So, let's just start right now with the goals of this video, les objectifs. À la fin de la leçon, at the end of this class, vous pouvez, you can, parler de football, speak or talk about soccer, connaître l'équipe de Belgique, to know the Belgian team, apprendre du vocabulaire simple, to learn easy vocab, utiliser des verbes fréquents, to use some frequent verbs, and at the end, répondre à des questions simples, being able to understand and answer to some simple questions. So, let's just start right now with la Coupe du Monde, which is the World Cup. La Coupe du Monde est une compétition de football. Okay, as you may know or not, the World Cup is a soccer competition. Compétition de football. Elle a lieu tous les 4 ans. It takes place every 4 years. Des pays du monde entier participent, meaning countries from all over the world participate. Les équipes jouent plusieurs matchs, meaning teams play many different games against many different countries. Des millions de personnes regardent la compétition. Careful with the verb here, don't pronounce the ENT. Des millions de personnes regardent la compétition, meaning millions of people watch the competition. Okay, that is pretty much what is the World Cup about. Now let's focus on the Belgian team, which is l'équipe de Belgique. L'équipe nationale de Belgique s'appelle les Diables Rouges, meaning the Belgium national team is called les Diables Rouges, that you can translate into the Red Devils. Quelques joueurs célèbres, some famous players. Sorry about the accent. Kevin De Bruyne, Lukaku, and his first name is Romelu, et Thibaut Courtois. Those are the main, most famous Belgian players, but I'm pretty sure you might know some others. If you do, and if you have your favorite players as from the Belgian team, make sure you can write it down so we can check it out in the comments. Les joueurs portent souvent un maillot rouge. As their name is called the Red Devils, the players most of the time wear a red jersey. Of course, because they're called after that, so their color will be red. Okay, now let's focus on the vocabulary. Main voc related to that topic, related to Belgium. First, if you want to say the name of the country to say Belgium, you say la Belgique. Keep in mind that everything, when it comes to the countries in French, everything is gendered, and Belgium, that is Belgique, is feminine, so we say la Belgique to say Belgium. Now, if you want to say the inhabitants, the people who live there, you're going to say un Belge, masculine, une Belge, feminine. Now, the name of the team, the Red Devils, les Diables Rouges. Of course, if you know the meaning of that, you know that red is rouge, black is noir, the colors yellow is jaune. But let's focus on the rouge first because this is the main color of the Belgian team. Now we have the king. If you want to say the king, le roi. Capital city, la capitale. And then what is the capital? Brussels, Bruxelles. Some people might pronounce the X like Bruxelles, but I don't. Bruxelles is fine. Then the crowd. If you want to say the crowd, la foule. Don't pronounce the E. Then if you want to say an anthem, un hymne. Careful with this one. So it starts with an H, the H is mute, and the Y has the E sound. Hymne. And you pronounce everything but the final E. And then you can connect it. So the word is hymne, but you say un hymne. Pronounce the N with the Y. Un hymne. Then to cheer on. If you want to say to cheer on, we say encourager. Encourager. Now, if your team made it and you're super proud, in French, you say fier. Fier means proud, and because it's an adjective, you can always just write it the way the person is, if it's masculine or feminine. So fier, ending with er for the masculine, and if it's feminine, you can add your feminine E, but don't forget to put a low accent on the first E. But it's the same pronunciation. Fier, fier. Now, if you want to say, for example, a football fanatic, you say un fanatique de football. Same word, finishing with Q-U-E. Then a neighbor is un voisin. Here, pronunciation-wise, S is between two vowels, so you pronounce it like a Z sound. Un voisin, a neighbor. Together, if you want to say together, you say ensemble. And then, simple one, a champion, same word, but it's not the same pronunciation. Un champion. Champion is champion. Let's read that together, just the French way. La Belgique. Un Belge, une Belge. Les Diables Rouges. The colors rouge, noir, jaune. Le Roi. La capitale. Bruxelles. Don't pronounce the yes. Bruxelles. La foule. Un hymne. Encourager. Fier, fier. Un fanatique de football. Un voisin. Ensemble. Un champion. There you go. And now you have the main vocabulary to that topic, and you can, of course, use this voc in another context, but I think it's good vocabulary to know. Now, let's focus on a little short, easy story about that team. En 2018, la Belgique réalise une très bonne Coupe du Monde. Meaning, here, in 2018, the Belgian team realized a very good World Cup. They played pretty well. L'équipe gagne plusieurs matchs. The team wins many games. La Belgique termine à la 3e place, meaning the Belgian team finishes or ends at the 3rd place. Les supporters sont très fiers de leur équipe, meaning the fans are very proud of their team. Fier here plural because the fans, supporters is plural. Adjective, you got it. La renommée, meaning why is the Belgian team so famous? Les Diables Rouges sont une équipe forte. First of all, of course, the Red Devils is a very strong team. They play pretty well. Les joueurs sont très talentueux, meaning here the players are very talented, they're very good. They play pretty well. La Belgique participe souvent aux grandes compétitions. Donc, Belgium or the Belgian team participates pretty often to big soccer competitions. Beaucoup de supporters suivent l'équipe. Suivre is the verb suivre, to follow, meaning a lot of fans, supporters follow the team. So they have a really good fan base behind them. They play pretty well. It's a pretty good team. Now the verbs. Pretty easy. To play, jouer. Je joue au football. I play soccer. Don't forget, pretty important, that every time you're going to use the verb jouer, which is to play, you're going to say au when it's a sport that is masculine. So au football, such as au basket, but when it's a sport that is masculine, such as this one, soccer, football, you say au. Je joue au football. I play soccer. Gagner is to win. La Belgique gagne le match. Example, the Belgian team wins the game. Aimer, you may know this one is to love. J'aime le football, I love soccer. Regarder is to watch. Nous regardons le match, meaning we watch the game. Et supporter, to cheer on. Ils supportent la Belgique, they cheer on the Belgian team, or they encourage, they motivate the Belgian team. Verbs that you might use in another context, but pretty good to know. And now it's your turn to practice a little bit. I might use some phrases with some words at the top, and you have to find the right word for the right phrase. So you have 4 words: ballon, équipe, rouge, match. Let's try to put them at the right place. We're going to read the phrase together, and you just have to fill it up. Numéro 1. La Belgique est une de football. Numéro 2. Les Diables Rouges portent un maillot. Numéro 3. Un joueur joue avec un. And you complete. And the last one, nous regardons le. And that's pretty much it for today's video. So I hope that you guys liked it. If you did, please don't forget to put a little thumbs up or a comment. It's always super cool to see that you guys like the video. If you have any question related to that topic or another topic, or even if you have an idea of you want me to talk about another specific topic for next week, don't always hesitate to ask. Be happy to help. And last but not least, don't forget that every week we're doing what we call the challenges, which is in French, les défis. And those are simple, fun exercises that's going to help you to practice on your vocabulary and on your overall understanding related to the specific topic of the week. So this week was about the Belgium team. So if you want to practice a little bit all the vocabulary that we studied in this video, or if you want to learn even more, feel free to ask us. The link to do those challenges, they're pretty fun, cool. It's not, stressful or anything. It's just for you to do some little fun, little games, pretty much, on your own, just to make sure that you learn new vocabulary. And that's pretty much it. I'm wishing you all a good end of your week, and I'm seeing you next week for another video. Salut!